Sheriff's Office, good afternoon. Thank you for attending yet another media brief on this, trying to keep this issue in the public focus. Again,
speak up.
Sorry, again, Detective Lieutenant Earl Smith, the incident commander for this investigation.
Earl Smith, Kitsap County Sheriff's Office, incident commander for this criminal investigation. As law enforcement officers, we did not know Jenise personally, but over the past few days she has become one of ours. We have come to know that she was a happy child, a bright light for those around her, and a child of promise. And as all of us here that have been working this case for the past few days, as we have come to appreciate Jenise, we have shared in the stress, the worry, and the frustration that knowing that a child was missing. Now today, we join her family and the community in grieving her death. At 4 o'clock today, the Kitsap County Coroner's Office and Coroner Greg Sandstrom notified the investigative team that his office has made formal identification of the body that was recovered Thursday morning. That is the body of Jenise Paulette Wright. This autopsy has been completed, and the coroner's office has determined the manner of death as homicide. No child deserves this fate. No family deserves this loss. While we have now been able to answer some unanswered questions about where Jenise was, this investigation is far from over. We have much work left to do, and our promise to those who love Jenise and those who have come to know her in the past few days is that we will complete this work. Jenise is gone, but we can and we will find justice for her. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Smith. As just briefed, we have now morphed this investigation from a general criminal investigation to one that has been classified as a homicide. This makes our effort even more important because it's not just some accidental death. DNA sampling is still being conducted voluntarily, samples collected from members of the community in and outside the mobile home park. Chief John Batiste of Washington State Patrol has stepped forward and has now tasked this Washington State Patrol Crime Lab with 24/7 operations in support solely of our investigative effort. As we make those DNA sample collections, they'll be taken to the State Patrol Crime Lab, and we've been advised it will take approximately 24 hours to process and re-verify that process before those samples are considered valid, cataloged, and ready for cross-matching. I mentioned earlier at the press brief this morning about the issue concerning persons with muddy clothes, muddy shoes or boots. Anybody has knowledge of something along these lines in the vicinity of the time frame when Jenise went missing. So call it any time from Saturday through Monday. Suspicions about somebody who has unduly soiled clothes that they should not have had. And if they've discarded those clothes, normally something that may have been a favorite item of apparel, gotten rid of it, a little bit questionable, let us know about it. From this morning's brief, we have already started receiving tips about the muddy clothes issue. Follow-up questions that were asked this morning, I got some information for you. The question came about where is the playground or the play area in the mobile home park. It's located in the center of the park. There's a playground, there's also a basketball court, not near the location where the body was found. The question was asked 100 feet from the rear row of houses, and it's a ring of residences inside the mobile home park with another ring inside of that. So the outside ring, the back ring, approximately 100 feet from the rear row of houses down a slope in a heavily wooded thick brush and dry and wet mudded area. That's the best description that I can provide. The family wishes to refrain from further public interaction at this point in time. They may possibly offer their thoughts in written format in the future. We respect the right for privacy. They request that still going to be at it 24/7. We're not scaling back. I briefed that this morning. For your purposes, understanding your manpower over the weekend, we will hold our first press briefing sometime between noon and 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, this location right here. The question arose about a possible visit to the site where Jenise was found. We're working on that. We hope to do that within the next 24 to 48 hours, organize a pool, one video photographer, one still photographer, one journalist. In we go, then you can share it when you come out. I can take a limited number of questions.
Scott, how was she killed?
I can't go there. That's cause of death. Manner of death is homicide. Cause of death is not being released.
Do we know time of death?
I don't personally.
Is anybody back here now?
We'll take the question.
So you don't know, or you
No, we'll take it and then get back to you.
Scott, is cause determined and you just are not releasing it, or are they still working on cause?
I can classify it obviously as a homicide. I don't know the cause, and that may still be in the determination stage right now. A lot of factors, and part of that may have been in her system.
How many DNA samples have you obtained from residents in the park and outside?
I can say this, we have 103, possibly 104 houses in that park, times how many occupants in each house, and I don't have that number. I'm sorry, Christine.
We're trying to get everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Have the family members given DNA as well?
Don't have an answer to that, but I can find out.
Can you talk about the type of information you were seeking from the people going in and out of the mobile home park today?
Almost anything that would lead credence to this investigation. Anything that comes across their mind. Remember, we're going into memory now of folks who they think have seen something going back to last week, and we're talking almost 7 days now, and sometimes that impacts. We need to verify and corroborate what they may have seen, so that's what we're asking about.
Why do you know that this person would be muddy? Was she in a muddy area, and is the only way to get to her would be going through mud, and it would have to come out with you?
Yeah. The description that I provided, thick brush, dry and wet mud. The location where she was found, the wet mud.
Was there any effort to conceal the body, seem apparent other than the remote location of it?
Thank you, Kevin. Due to the course and the consideration of the investigation, that's probably inappropriate for me to go there and answer that question. I'm sorry.
Do you know if she was killed there or killed somewhere else in the property?
Yeah, we're getting into a detailed, Keith, unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss that details getting to the point.
Scott, you talked about some paths that were going through that area. Was she found near a path, or did someone go the extra step to put her in some place where it would be hard to find?
There are several paths crisscrossing that area that has obviously been there for a long time. People have used that area to access other parts of the wooded area to get across to Highway 303. I think I discussed that this morning, right? Kids use that all the time. Whether or not she was close to the path or not, I don't have an answer to that. I have to go back and check that.
You said this morning that no one so far had refused the DNA swabs. Is that still the case? And what happens if someone does refuse?
If someone does refuse, if we have reason to push the issue a little bit further, there's the important legal process. That would require work.
Has that happened?
No, not to my knowledge.